So today's video is going to be about the push-up and what are some common mistakes that people usually make when they do the push-up, especially beginners. And I feel like this video may be a little helpful even to more intermediate and advanced push-up doers. And I'm going to be talking about some modifications, ways you can ease yourself into a push-up, and if you're able to perform a push-up, what may be going wrong, and in case you're having some sorts of pain, either in your shoulders or maybe your elbows or maybe your wrists, and how you can fix these mistakes and make the push-up a little more easier. So it took me a while to get here to be able to do even one single push-up. It took me months and months of practice. So that's the first thing that you should remember, that it takes a lot of time and effort, but you will get there if you keep practicing it. But here are also some cues, some fixes that you can make to make your push-up a little bit.
They start here, they start normally, but they fall like this. See my core collapsing before my chest goes down? That is one big mistake that a lot of people make, because you have to keep your core tight in order to be able to bring your chest to the floor, right? So try to think of it as going into a plank position. So you're here and you're here and you're in a plank, right? So keep your core tight, squeeze your glutes. Squeezing glutes helps. Keep your core tight and then you go down. My core remains tight throughout the whole.
Shoulders, your elbows and your wrists are stacked in one single line, so that you're not doing this or you're not doing this, you are like this, right? So both your palms on the floor, equidistant, and where you and also another thing that I should mention is that your wrists go directly below your shoulders, right? So okay, I will come to that. So anyway, you have it like this, and then you go down. See how my wrists are stacked directly under my shoulder? So I'm not doing this, I'm not doing this, it is this, directly stacked under my shoulder. The point is how much distance should be there between your palms, right? So you have different types of push-ups, but I am going to be talking today about the normal conventional push-up. So in a conventional push-up, you are going to be keeping your palms shoulder width, right? So when you keep it shoulder width, it means directly under your shoulder and directly under your shoulder, right? So what happens when you keep your palms a little closer like this is that you start working on the triceps. See, my triceps already flexed, so it starts working on the triceps. And when you keep it a little further, you start working on your chest. However, when you keep it, the further you keep your palms, the more there's a chance that you may flare out like this, right? So keep your shoulders directly stacked under your keep your palms directly stacked under your shoulders, and then you stay like this and you go down. Mistake that you will probably see even yourself doing, it is you keep your arms like this and then you flare it out. That is really bad for your delts and it is gonna hurt your elbow. So imagine somebody is looking at you from top. What they are going to see is an arrow mark or an A, right? So when you are keeping your arms really far apart and then you're doing it like this, somebody is going to be seeing a T from on top. It looks like that, right? What you want is that, an arrow, right? Or an A. So to be able to do that, keep your arms closer to your body. See that? There's a little bend in my arms, right? So it goes like this and it doesn't go like this. The thing that you may see is people shrugging their shoulders or bringing their shoulders up the ear like this when they're doing the push-up, right? So they usually go like this. So think of it as pushing your shoulder blades back when you're going. Instead of starting off like this, start it off like that, right? Push your shoulder blades back and then go down. Range of motion. So there is very limited space between your chest and the ground, right? So you go into the push-up position
there is very limited space. So there's the space from here to the space from here. Utilize the space completely. So you don't want to be doing that, and neither do you want to be doing that. So utilize the complete space. So start from on top, go all the way down.
Okay, so now let's get to the second part of it, where you are a beginner and you're not able to do a push-up at all. So what do? How do you progress or transition into a normal push-up? Now, knee push-ups are fine, but it becomes very difficult to transition into a normal push-up because your body is very different, right? So your knees are down, your core isn't so tight, and it does build strength, but it is very difficult to transition into a normal push-up, a conventional push-up. So what I would really suggest is using an incline bench. And now you can decrease the levels of incline to get into a complete push-up, right? So I would suggest that you start with a chair. So start with any surface that is slightly higher. Find the highest surface at home. Start over there, and then you move to slightly lower surfaces to make it more challenging. So I found a chair. It's a dining table chair. So you can start with that because they're usually pretty. You go into the position of a normal push-up, right? So same logic. You have your shoulders, your elbows, and your wrists stacked in the same position. Keep it on either sides of the chair, and then go down. As you progress, I would suggest that you start finding surfaces that are a little less elevated and go in like slightly less decline, and then you can keep practicing on those. They're way better than doing half push-ups. And when you are doing push-ups on these surfaces, try to go into a complete range of motion where your chest is touching the chair or touching whatever surface that you are working with. And that's pretty much it. So I really hope I've helped somebody at least, and if you have any questions, drop it down below and I should be able to help you.